Do you feel like you're stuck and living the same day over and over again? The unbeaten samurai Miyamoto Musashi taught us lessons that can change your life. In this video, we'll show you how to reset your path, break free from your limits, and totally change your life. Lesson 1. Reset your environment. It was common for Musashi to say that he knew the terrain. In war, it was just as important to know your surroundings as it was to know your enemy. But this idea isn't just true in battle. Your surroundings shapes your thoughts, habits, and chances. You have to change the space around you first if you want to change your life. Take a look at your surroundings. Is it crowded, annoying, or full of things that remind you of the person you used to be? To change, you have to let go of the old to make room for the new. Get your house clean. Set up your work area. Put tools, books, and other things around you that will help you grow instead of things that will hold you back. Environment isn't just the real world, though. It's also digital and social. With whom do you spend your time? Do they make you feel better or worse? Musashi said that people who bring down your mood should not be your friends. If the people in your group make you feel comfortable, it's time to find new ones. Find people who live by the morals you want to adopt and who push you to grow. It's also important how you use technology. Internet, news feeds, and entertainment can either keep your mind sharp or dull it down. Fill your online world with information, inspiration, and useful resources, just like you would your training grounds. Musashi was a ronin, which meant he moved around and changed his environment to suit his needs. You might not have to roam, but you can still be flexible. To change, you must first control your surroundings and then your influences. Once you have both under control, you can choose the direction of your change. Lesson 2. Decide who you want to be. Musashi didn't just learn how to use a sword perfectly by chance. He had a clear idea of what kind of fighter he wanted to be. A fierce and unwavering leader. The same focus marks the start of transformation. You need to be very clear about what kind of person you want to become. It's not enough to say, I want to be successful, or I want to be happy. You need to give a very clear definition. How would you like to be better? What do they think? What do they do? What do they do all day? What do they believe in? If you don't have this understanding, you will be lost. See that which you can't see with the eye, Musashi wrote. This means creating a strong picture of your future self that you can feel it before it comes true. Ask yourself, does this move me closer to the person I want to be? Before you make a choice or do something. You have to fully commit to who you want to be once you know it. Musashi's life was devoted to success. He didn't dabble or shift his attention to other things. He learned, trained, and lived in a way that helped him reach his goal. You need to stop living by default and start living by design if you want to change. Write down what you want. Write down what your perfect self would do, how they would think, what they would accomplish, and the people they would be with. This paper will help you stay on track when things go wrong or become distracting. Musashi thought that one's own knowledge was the key to all success. Whatever you do will have a bigger meaning when you know exactly who you want to become. Your change will no longer be a distant dream, it will be a given. Lesson 3. Quit one bad habit. Musashi lived a focused, simple, and disciplined life. He knew that being a master wasn't just about what you do, but also about what you don't do. He wrote in his 21 Precepts for Self-Discipline, *, do nothing which is of no use. That one phrase has a huge amount of weight. Getting rid of things, thoughts, or habits that don't help you reach your goals, grow, or serve your purpose is important. When people think of change, they often think of making new habits, setting new goals, and doing new things. Musashi would tell you, though, that having extra stuff slows you down. If you want to go faster, you must first make the load lighter. That's why one of the best first things you can do is give up a bad habit. It doesn't need to be crazy. You don't have to leave your whole life behind right away. If you try to give up all of your bad habits at once, you'll probably fail and feel frustrated. Pick one instead, the one that takes the most time, energy, or focus from your life. It could be putting things off. It could be looking through your phone for hours. It could be staying up too late, eating badly, smoking, talking about other people, or always wanting other people to like you. Once you know what it is, study it like a hero studies an enemy. When does it show up? What makes it happen? How do you feel before you do it? Musashi knew that to beat an enemy, you had to first really understand them. This is also true for the things you do. Then, do something that makes you stronger instead. You leave a gap when you stop a bad habit without replacing it. The same bad habit will almost always fill that void again. In the evenings, instead of looking through your phone, read, write in a journal, or stretch. If you always put things off, try the 2-minute action rule instead. Start any job for just 2 minutes to break the habit. Giving up even one bad habit starts a chain reaction that makes things better. It gives you faith that you can handle your actions, which will carry over into other parts of your life. Just like when Musashi fought and won his first fight, not because it was his last victory, but because it set the tone for all the others. You can't change by doing more. Instead, you need to stop doing things that make you weak. Get rid of the things that aren't needed to make room for the special. Lesson 4. Take one bold action daily. Miyamoto Musashi's life was marked by making quick decisions. He didn't wait for the right time or the right conditions. He acted first, making chances where none seemed to be there. Musashi wrote in the Book of Five Rings how important it was to take the lead and attack before your opponent could even get ready. The same rule holds if you want to change your life. You have to do something bold and purposeful every day. Doing something brave doesn't always mean something big or life-changing at the time. Just do something that takes you out of your comfort zone, something that scares you a little, excites you a lot, and forces you to grow. It could be sending an email to someone you admire, starting a tough talk you've been putting off, applying for a job you think you can't get, or trying out a skill you've never used before. Why every day? Since being brave is like a muscle, it gets stronger the more you use it. Making quick decisions gets easier the more you do them. Musashi's unmatched confidence in duels didn't come from a single fight. It came from years of doing the same things over and over again in war and training. You train yourself to face your fears head-on instead of running away from them by making a promise to take at least one brave step every day. Fear and doubt are the things that stop change from happening. If you don't deal with them, they will make you wait, think too much, and miss chances. Musashi got past them by putting himself in constant danger and doubt. If you do something brave every day, you'll start to see problems not as threats but as chances to get better. As an easy daily rule, write down one brave thing you will do every morning. This will help you make this work. It should be something that helps you reach your goals or makes you a better person. Then do it before the end of the day, even if it makes you feel bad. The point is not to be perfect, but to keep going. Small but brave steps like these will add up to big change over time. You'll have a lot of faith in yourself because you'll know you can act even when things aren't clear. You'll make chances happen that you wouldn't have seen if you had stayed put. Musashi thought there were many ways to get to the top of the mountain, but that you couldn't stay on any of them. You won't change just by planning. You will change when you act bravely over and over again until being brave is your normal. Lesson 5. Invest in self-education. Musashi was more than just a fighter. He was also an artist, a calligrapher, and a thinker. He looked into tactics, nature, and how people act. He became very good not only by working out, but also by learning new things all the time. You need to put money into your schooling if you want to change your life. This doesn't have to mean going to school. It can also mean making a lifelong commitment to learning things that make you smarter. Pay attention to talks. Look into people who have already done what you want to do. Learn new things and do them over and over until they come naturally. It is important to set your heart on the way, Musashi wrote. It's your choice to follow the way, and you get better at doing so by learning on your own. You don't change when you stop learning. Every day, set aside time to learn. Reading could take as little as 20 minutes or as long as hours of serious study. The key is to be consistent. Musashi worked out every day, and you need to do the same for your mind. Don't just work in one area. Musashi thought that everything could teach us something. The rules of art could help him learn how to use a sword, and the patterns in nature could help him come up with plans. Learning from different fields will help you be more flexible and creative. When you spend time and money on self-education, you lay the groundwork for long-lasting change. You are making your mind stronger so that when chances and problems come up, you are ready to not only deal with them, but also handle them. Lesson 6. Measure progress weekly. Musashi knew how to plan things. Rather than fighting without thinking, he watched, measured, and changed. If you want to change your life, you have to change too. You can see if your actions are really making a difference by measuring yourself once a week. A lot of people make plans to reach their goals but forget to check in on their progress. If you don't measure, you might lose your way and not even know it. Musashi wrote, "Do not act based on what most people believe." This means that what you do should be based on facts, not assumptions, and facts come from measurements. Set aside time every week to look over your work. What did you get done this week? What did I do wrong? How can I do better? Write down what you think. This will help you stay on track and responsible. Measure in ways that are important. Not just your weight should you keep track of if you want to be healthier, sports, food, and energy levels. Track not only salary but also skills learned, connections made, and projects finished if you want to move up in your job. Musashi changed his plans during the fight when he saw that they weren't working. You need to change your plans based on the reviews you do every week. Change what isn't working if you want to see results. If something works, do it even better. A vague goal can be turned into a clear, planned process by measuring it once a week. It makes sure that your change is planned out and not left up to chance. These reviews will show how you've changed over the course of months and years, so you'll know for sure how far you've come.